everybody. So I just wanted to come on here today and talk about my experience being a teen mom, and also events leading up to me finding out that didn't really click then, but it really clicks now, and I always think about it. And then also address these myths that I found online. They probably won't be able to see them, but I just was researching some stuff and I found this. It was talking about things about teen moms, and I'm like, that is not true at all. So I really wanted to talk about it. So basically, events leading up to me finding out, I remember summer of 2012. I hope I'm getting the year right. I was turning 16. My birthday was August 1st. I remember us going to the beach. Me and my family went to the beach for summer of 2012. We went to the beach because I was turning 16 for my birthday. So I remember feeling sick while we were at the beach. Like, I remember feeling like just not like myself. Like, I remember that. And I remember like a lot of smells getting to me and stuff like that. Like, I really remember this like it was yesterday. I remember where I used to work. I worked in a facility that had adults with disabilities in there, and the smell, like, there was never a smell that bothered me to the point where I'm just like, oh my God, I can't make it. Like, it was never like that. But during that summer, it was like that. Like, I really, every time I walk in there, I used to just feel like, oh my goodness, like, it's bothering me. Like, I used to try to find any reason to leave. I would ask the owner, like, can you go to the store? Like, it really would bother me. And like, it didn't even click back then, but it really clicks. It really clicks now. Like, I really understand why all those things happen. So I also remember going to Olive Garden. My family went to Olive Garden and we ate, and because we always went to Olive Garden, that's like our favorite restaurant. And after eating, we got in the car, and I remember throwing up in the car, like literally in the parking lot of Olive Garden. And my dad was really mad because he had to clean it up. But it's just like, I remember that, and to me it wasn't like, oh my gosh, food pregnant. Like, it was nothing like that. I literally just thought maybe I had food poisoning, or something was going on with the food that day. I wasn't feeling good and whatever. But that really didn't click, and I didn't know what it was then, but I know now. And so one other event that really sticks out to me was I was going to homecoming, and I had already brought my dress probably like 2 weeks before. And so like the day before homecoming, I'm trying on my dress and it doesn't fit. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? No, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the day of homecoming. I was trying my dress on and it did not fit. I had no clue why my dress wasn't fitting. I was so upset. I was crying because I was ready to go to homecoming, and for whatever reason, my dress was not fitting. And I know now it was because I was pregnant and I was constantly gaining weight. But I remember my dad had to take me to the store the day, I think it was the day of homecoming, and I ended up having to go get another dress, But if I can find it, I'm going to insert a picture of me in it. Yeah, so I think those are really like all the major events I remember while I was pregnant, and like just not realizing that I was, or I was gaining weight, of course, but it just didn't click to me. I was very active. I was dancing. I was on a step team. Like, I was really active. So, it really didn't click to me. I guess worked harder. I don't know. But how I found out, how I knew for sure, my mom one day just came home out of nowhere and she was like, have you been having sex? Like, she just asked me openly. And a lot of people don't believe the thing about having dreams or whatever, but my mom said that she had a dream. I don't remember if it was about fish. I think it was about fish. I don't know. She had a dream and she thought that she was pregnant, and she went to the doctor and got checked out herself. And when she found out that it wasn't her, she came to me, and it was me. So yeah, that's really how we found out. She ended up coming home, just asking me if I was having sex. I was not gonna lie to her, so I ended up telling her the truth. Yes, I did, and that's just what it was. So she made me take a pregnancy test right there in front of her, and boom, results were positive. I was pregnant. So at that time, I was 7 months pregnant. Literally, I was 7 months pregnant when my mom asked me when we knew for sure. So literally, my pregnancy went by so fast. My first doctor's appointment, I found out my gender. I found out that I was having a girl. Everything went so fast. Had an ultrasound that day. So I had the baby shower and then my baby was here. It was that quick, literally. Like, I don't even remember anything in between. I remember people giving me gifts, but really where all my gifts came from, everything came from, was the baby shower. I did a gift registry, I remember that. But literally, that's just how it happened. I remember leaving school early. Well, not leaving school early, but I got homeschooled temporarily, just so I could, be at home, be comfortable, and so that my water wouldn't break in school, things like that. So I had a homeschool teacher. I remember her. I remember, just getting my work done at home. It was really simple, and it didn't even last that long. After I had Olivia, I think I was still homeschooled for probably 3 weeks, and then I went right back to school. Like, it was that quick. So nothing was really bad about the situation. My parents were really supportive. My grandmother and my grandfather, they're really supportive. I always had the support that I needed. I literally, if I needed to do something, my grandma was right across the street. My grandma lived across the street from us, and I could always go to her house. Liv was always at my grandma's house. Like, I had everything that I needed. My parents, they did not, kick me to the curb. It was nothing like that. They literally stood there and helped me. And my parents together, like, collectively, they made a decision. You can go to college, and we're gonna help you. Like, we're gonna help you in this situation until you're ready to be on your own. So that's like a really good thing about my situation. Trying to think what else I really remember. I mean, my friends were my friends before, and they were after. If they didn't stay, then they didn't stay. It just was what it was. I remember my best friend at the time. I was talking to her when I found out I was pregnant. I was talking to her, and I was like, "You think your mom will let you hang out with me if I'm pregnant?" Because 16 and pregnant, you looked at as, it's not a good thing to be known for, or it's not something. It's really frowned upon. So I really was asking her, like, "You think your mom will let you hang out with me because I'm having a baby?" And it turned out that her and her mom were really supportive. They were always there for me, literally, like. Anything I needed, I could come to them. Like, I could always talk to them. They stood there, by my side. So shout out to Autumn for that. And her mom, Miss Buffy. But yeah, like, my story was not a bad story at all. It's not like, I didn't really have it rough. Like, I could have had a rough time. Like, I really could have gone through a lot. My parents could have said, "Okay, well, you made this mistake. Now you gotta pick up the pieces and figure it out yourself." And that's really not what my parents did at all. They literally helped me through everything, and they're still helping me today. And I'm 22 years old now, and they're still helping me today. So I really am thankful and grateful for my, own situation. I know that a lot of people don't have it that way, but I do. So now what I'm going to do is address these, I think it's like 3 of them myths that I read. I'm calling them myths because I'm like, this is not true at all. Like, who comes up with this stuff? So the first one says, teen moms don't really like their children. I know a couple of teen moms, and not one of them have I ever thought, "Oh my gosh, they don't like their children." I love my child. My child was my everything. She still is my everything. When literally the moment she was born, even before she was born, I was in love with her. I love my child. Like, I don't know where this came from. I really don't. I'm trying to figure out what the site is. Warmful, I don't even know what that is, but literally I just found it online. But that is not the truth. Like, I literally love my child. She is everything to me. Throughout college, I remember, like, when my child would be with my parents and they would drop me off at college for the week or whatever, and she would be leaving and she would be crying, it would break my heart. I would go in my room and cry. When I finally got a car and I would be leaving Richmond to go to college or whatever, and my child would be, standing at the door waving, I would literally be in the car crying. I love my child. Like, there is nothing in the world that will come before her. Like, I don't know where that came from, but love all of that. My child is my number one. Like, I love her. And that's that. So, the second one is teen moms change a lot of partners. That is a lie. Like, let me tell you how much of a lie that is. Literally, I had my baby and she was my only focus. I did not have a boyfriend during or after, none of that. nothing was going on. I literally, my child was my focus until I met my fiance, who I met in 2014 in college. And that's just what that was. Like, I stayed with him, and that's just what it was. And no, I never put him before my child. Literally, I had to be upfront with him and let him know that I had a child. And if you don't like her, then you don't like me. If you don't accept her, then you don't accept me. And that's just what it is. No, I did not change a lot of partners. Maybe some do, but I don't think that's true, just because the child is the focus, and we don't have time for that. Nobody has time for that. Nobody has time for games, and we're not about to be out here changing partners just because, like, no. Either you accept it or you don't. So the the next one is teen moms have their parents pay for everything. That's also a lie. I had a job before I had her. I had a job after I had her. I had a job all throughout college up until the end of last year. My parents, I did not have to have my parents pay for everything at all. I literally didn't want to burden my parents, so I literally made sure I worked hard so that I could take care of her while my parents were, there with her majority of the time. So when it came down to food and stuff, yeah, they paid for it because, they paid for it in their household. But when it came to clothes, when she started school and school supplies, all of that, I made sure that I was working so that I could provide for her, because I did not want to be, I just didn't want to be that type of child, taking advantage of what my parents were giving to me. Like, no, not at all. And, I still think about it today, like, wow, my parents are so supportive, and I really, want to help. Like, I always want to help. I always want to do what I can. My dad had to tell me just a week ago, because I don't have a job right now, so my dad had to tell me just a week ago, he was like, when I give you money, it's for you. He was like, you don't have to always go, buy stuff for Olivia, because we got her until you're good. And literally, that's how my parents are. Like, they know me, and they know that I'm really gonna try to help as much as I can. But my dad had to tell me, like, oh, I'm gonna give you this money right now, don't spend it on your child. Literally, that's what he had to tell me, because I always put her first. So that again is a lie, okay? So, and I think that's the last one. But yeah, pretty much overall, my story is really a blessing. Like, my life is a blessing. I really do appreciate my parents for everything that they did for me. And are still doing for me. Like, yeah, being 16 and pregnant is not a good thing. Having a child at a young age, being a teen mom, it really is frowned upon. But I believe that's my story, and that happened for a reason. That matured me, because who knows where I would be or what type of mindset I would have right now if I didn't have a child. I probably wouldn't have even gone to college. I mean, my parents really always talked about college, but maybe I wouldn't have stayed in college. I know being in college, what really pushed me to keep going was the fact that I'm like, okay, I got to provide a good life for my child. And right now, this is what I'm doing. I started it, and I want my child to see me finish it. My child saw me start it. I want her to see me finish it. And that's just the, mindset that I have right now. But I don't regret anything at all. So yeah, my story is my story. I love it, and we're happy.